Okay, so what's your preference? What would you prefer me to do? You want me to get on here? Please stop scrolling and listen to my video? No, fuck that. Take your thumb off the screen and pay attention. Whole fucking world is in shambles. Fuck are we talking about? Is Donald Trump a news reporter? Has the President of the United States reported a series of events like this ever before? Is there not a normal, legal, structured process for how news is released after a tragedy, after a murder, after an assassination? But Donald Trump, if I'm not mistaken, he was the first one to confirm the passing? And now he's giving us play-by-plays of what he wants to do and actions and steps that the FBI is taking and suspect. Is he a reporter? I try not to go down these conspiracy theory rabbit holes, but this one makes sense. There's details that make sense in this one. The conspiracy is that MAGA orchestrated this whole thing to, one, distract people from the Epstein files, and two, use this as an excuse to do something more extreme and more nefarious to the opposing party, right? Sounds crazy, right? Why would they do something like that, as dark and evil as that, right? But here's the thing, right? Donald Trump has said an awfully lot about this occurrence earlier than we've heard from the hospital or the local police department or everything like that. They got mad at Kash Patel apparently because he was saying too much. Apparently he wasn't supposed to let us know that they had interrogated suspects and released them. He wasn't supposed to let us know that, right? But what really made me kind of be like, oh, fuck, with this whole was it planned by MAGA thing, that video he posted is AI. I done watched it over and over and over and over again. That video Donald Trump posted is AI. Y'all saw how his fucking pinky just shifted like that? That's an AI video, right? So why would he do that? They said this is a deeply personal loss for Donald Trump, and he's giving his official remarks. And he can't do it himself. It has to be an AI video. I think it was because that video was already prepared. They already had that motherfucker loaded up. Y'all remember when Drake dropped push-ups, I think, and then Kendrick dropped whatever right after the fact? No, it wasn't in that order. Whenever Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams, shortly after Drake dropped Family Matters, right? Because he already had it posted, it was hidden, and then he unhid it and it was there, and we were like, damn, that was quick. I feel like they already had that AI video fucking ready. Because if you don't, why would you post an AI video when you just had a deep personal loss? Right? Why, if you found out in the moment and you're shocked and you're hurt and this was a personal loss, you don't have the human decency to go up there yourself on camera and give your remarks? It's an AI video? The only explanation is that it was pre-prepared. And if you're going to pre-prepare an AI video about somebody's assassination that hasn't happened yet, you're the orchestrator, right? Another detail that is scary with how it makes sense, right? Immediately after this guy leaves Earth, right? You got Republicans and MAGA across the entire spectrum, right? Blaming the Democrats almost immediately. We're gonna wage war on the lefts. This is a crusade against the Democrats. All this stuff immediately after. When normally, when something like this happens, the police prefer that people don't do that because it makes finding key details a lot harder. It really muddies the water when everybody's throwing in their motives and their reasons and things like that. The Republicans, the lawmakers, they said, fuck that. This is definitely the Democrats. We're going to muddy these waters right now. Fuck a police investigation. That's weird. That's uncommon. That's a big deal. And I'm really thinking like, okay, out of all these events this guy has had over the years, all these different colleges he's been to, all this public exposure he's had over the years, why Utah? Why this moment? Why September 10th? Why a predominantly white state, a predominantly red state? Why there? Why now? Why was it such a calculated, targeted, successful hit? One shot to the neck? One and done? Gone in the wind? I think they have the suspect now. Let's hope it's not a fall guy, you know? I do hope they catch him, you know what I'm saying? But none of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. To try to blame it on the left and the Democrats, I feel like they had ample opportunity to do so prior to September 10th. None of this makes sense. But shortly after that birthday book gets released by the Epstein, as soon as the birthday book that is related to the Epstein files gets released, that happens at Utah, right? In Utah, right? A major event that has gripped MAGA, taken their attention off of the Epstein files, and now they're pissed off and wrongfully blaming the Democrats. What a beautiful thing for MAGA. And now all the Trump administration has to do is fake mourn the loss of a major supporter. Mind you, this is all allegedly. I don't want to get on here and speak as if this is proven facts and things like this. I went down a conspiracy rabbit hole, and the details within that hole have logic behind it. So I came on TikTok to share them with you. When the fuck in American history has the president given play-by-plays like this? Hell, did Donald Trump say, oh, the kids that were shot in this massive school shooting, it's been confirmed that 2 passed away and 3 will recover? Has he ever reported anything like that on any other tragedy? But he has such quick information on this one? And it's such a deep personal loss that he can't even record a video that's actually him. It has to be AI? An AI video that was made after it happened, not before? You're asking me as a grown, intelligent man to ignore things that make sense. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that.